Welcome to the Respectful Divorce Podcast. If you're considering a divorce, it's important to know that you have options for how you divorce. On the Respectful Divorce Podcast, we explore those options and provide advice from divorce professionals. I'm your host today, Tim Crouch, and we're talking with Zaneta Mathews, a family law attorney with the Civil Family Resolutions Law Firm in Orlando, Florida. And we're talking about what it's like to go through the divorce process, including options for divorce and upcoming Divorce with Respect Week. Zaneta, thank you for joining us today.
Sure, it's a pleasure to be here.
So the first question, it's interesting. There are a lot of law firms that have the names of the attorneys and the partners and things like that in their name. Your name is the Civil Family Resolutions Law Firm. Why is that?
Well, about 5 years, I got remarried 5 years ago, and my law firm actually was my name, but then it wasn't my name anymore. So I thought about it. I said, what do I want my firm to reflect? So I came up with the civil, because we want to be civil, family law, because that is my area of practice, law firm. So it was created to reflect how I would like to handle the cases that come to me in a civil way that, it's not high litigation.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a moment. How is it that you handle divorce cases?
I recommend mediation. I try very hard to get my clients to settle through mediation, because sometimes they come to me after their cases have started. Clients have come to me after cases have started. So we are already in the process of a litigated case. So what I do at that time is prepare my clients for mediation and let them know your case can be settled without having to go to trial. Collaborative is a great way to do cases in a civil fashion because it focuses on the interests and positions of everyone who is involved. Why something is important to each client in the collaborative case. But that is what I try not to handle a lot of trials. Sometimes it does go to trial, but my main focus is on trying to help my client resolve their case.
And I guess going to trial or the litigated route really should be a measure of last resort, right?
Absolutely. Yes, because no one is happy after trial, and the judge is limited within the four corners of the law. A resolution can, if a couple resolves their issue, they can come up with creative ways. And actually, the judges love when the couple can come to a resolution on their own because the couple knows their family dynamics, whereas the judge will meet you 2 hours, 4 hours, maybe a day or two, and that is it. They don't know you. They don't know your family. So it is really best for couples to try to put away differences and resolve their issues. Whereas the collaborative is a great way to do that because of the team effort that's put into the collaborative process.
So you mentioned that team effort. What does that team look like?
Both of the clients have attorneys. Then there is a mental health neutral who kind of runs the meeting. And then there's a financial neutral. Now, the mental health neutral runs the meetings because they are a trained mental health professional who is able to use their knowledge to help the parties communicate more effectively and keep everyone on track. One of the things that is done in the first meeting in collaborative is sit down and find out what the goal is for everyone. And the mental health professional keeps the clients on track of their desired goal.
Yeah. So let's talk just for a moment about the financial professional in a collaborative case. What does the financial professional do?
The financial professional actually has access to everyone's financial. Sometimes it's difficult in litigated cases for one party to turn over financial records. But in a collaborative case, what the financial professional does is they have access to everyone's financial records, and they're able to create a spreadsheet of what that looks like, and also to make recommendations on what post-divorce could look like um, for the lower earning clients.
So the financial professional, the mental health professional, they're neutral, right?
Yes, yes, they are neutral. Sometimes another financial person may need to be brought in, but the financial professional that is part of the collaborative team is neutral. They're not on anyone's side. It's just these are the facts. This is what you all indicated was important to you, and here's the information to be able to figure out how to reach that objective.
So, as family law is your area of practice, you could have chosen any number of other areas to practice as an attorney. Why family law?
Well, two reasons. I kind of fell into it after law school. I kind of worked with the family law firm, and I learned a lot of it, and also to help people resolve their issues. I do like it when cases can be resolved where parents have equal access to their children, and to be able to help clients do that is very rewarding, and especially when the parent is happy to be able to have more time with their child who may not have had it previous to resolving the issue.
And so, this idea of trying to move away from litigation, whether by way of mediation or collaborative,
Mhm.
why? Why is that important?
Well, honestly, family law should not be in the court. It should not. It should not be up to a judge to decide how families should operate, because there's no follow up unless there's a contempt motion or something like that. But there's no follow up to see whether or not the judge made the right decision. So honestly, keeping the resolution of family issues out of the court works best for everyone. It works best for children. It works best for the parents. It works best moving forward. And also, when a case is litigated, the two parents or the couple may have been getting along prior to going through litigation, and litigation may destroy that relationship, and it could be irreparable.
Which then makes it a lot harder on children, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It's always best when parents can co-parent without a lot of arguing or any arguing, and especially not putting children in the middle of their differences. It creates a more stable environment for children to know that they're loved equally by both parents, and also that they're not going to be put in the middle of the parents' disputes.
Which all of that sort of brings us around to Divorce with Respect Week, which is coming up March 1st through 8th. And you're participating in Divorce with Respect Week, where people can talk to you for free during that time frame. But when we think about a respectful divorce or a civil divorce, as in your name, what does that look like?
A respectful divorce looks like everyone coming to the table, everyone communicating without blaming the other person, being able to state what they themselves are looking for instead of blaming the other person, and using the mental health professionals' advice on how to effectively communicate where there's not a lot of, well, actually, no arguing. And then what that does is if someone has a moment where they need to take a moment, they're able to do that in a collaborative case. They can't necessarily do that in court. If they break down on the stand, the judge may say, okay, take 5 minutes. But with a collaborative, you have a team of people who are invested in helping the clients resolve their issues, where they're able to move forward from the time that they reach a resolution into the future. So respect, which, we all want to be respected and not talked down to or anything like that, or be blamed for something.
All right. Final question for you today. With this consultation, or any time that you do an initial consultation with someone, what should they expect and how should they prepare?
How they should prepare. I have an information sheet that a link is provided when an appointment is made with me on the calendar. There is a link that links them to information sheet. Completing that information sheet, that's number one, because it helps me to do a conflicts check immediately to know if I've spoken with the other party. It also gives me an opportunity to search the court file if it is an ongoing case. And it also gives the potential client an opportunity to narrate what the issues are. So with that information, our initial case evaluation can be used to talk about strategy, give advice, and help a person to decide the best way to move forward. Whereas if I'm getting that information at that time, it kind of cuts into the time, and it's not necessarily the best use of the case evaluation. All of my case evaluations are actually free. Typically, I offer a free 15-minute case evaluation for anyone who wants to have one.
So during Divorce with Respect Week, people can sign up for that by going to divorcewithrespectweek.com. Go to the Florida section where they'll find you listed, and they can sign up to schedule that consultation with you at that point. If somebody wants to get more information about you or contact you otherwise, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, I have a website. That's the best way to find out information about me. It has a plethora of information. My website is cfrlawfirm.com. So short and civil family resolutions, lawfirm.com. And for an appointment, you can call my office, 407-630-8959. And if it's for an initial consultation, if I'm available, the call will be transferred to me to be able to speak to me. Otherwise, the potential client will be scheduled for an appointment.
All right. Zaneta Mathews joining us on the Respectful Divorce podcast today. Zaneta, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We will put the contact information for Zaneta Mathews in the show notes. For those of you watching us online, thank you for watching the Respectful Divorce podcast. This important programming note, Divorce with Respect Week is coming up March 1st through 8th. During Divorce with Respect Week, you can talk with lawyers, divorce coaches, and divorce financial experts for free to learn more about the divorce process and your options. Simply go to divorcewithrespectweek.com to find professionals near you. Once again, Divorce with Respect Week is March 1st through 8th. For more information, it's divorcewithrespectweek.com. I'm Tim Crouch for the Respectful Divorce podcast, reminding you that collaborative divorce is a better way to untie the knot.